All right, this is the second exercise that you're gonna wanna do postpartum to help you restore your core and get you ready for your fitness routine. The breathing is the first, so hopefully you watched my breathing video. This is the second part of the equation. We are gonna start training our TA, okay? Like I said in the last video, I'm a week postpartum. I started this at 4 or 5 days postpartum, just activating my TA muscle, my transverse abdominis muscle isometrically. I'm not using my pelvic floor, I'm just trying to use my abdominal muscle. So this muscle goes from hip bone to hip bone and sits, if you imagine kind of your belly button here, these are your two hip bones, ASIS is what they're called. This muscle goes this direction, so contracts this way, relaxes this way, okay? So when you contract this muscle, you should feel a little elevation and closure right here, and as you let it go. The key for contracting this muscle, I'm going to show you when I'm laying down. The key for contracting this muscle postpartum is to get some elevation without using your pelvic floor. When you contract this muscle appropriately and correctly, you're actually lifting your bladder, and that's going to help take some of the pressure off of those pelvic organs, helping reduce pelvic organ prolapse. If you're doing this incorrectly and bearing down or tightening your whole abdominal wall, it's going to put pressure downward and create more of a pelvic organ prolapse or predispose you to a pelvic organ prolapse. Your organs are still heavy at whatever point you are postpartum. Everything is healing. So we're not going for max capacity. We're just simply generating a very small contraction. Okay. So here's what it looks like when you are doing it laying down. You're using gravity to help you when you lay down. So I like to put my hands right inside those two hip bone muscles, and I will go ahead and start by contracting here. So I'm going to get my head in a good alignment, and I will contract, pulling up and letting it go. To get this muscle to activate, if you can't quite find that, or if you're like, what am I contracting? You can do a little SH sound. So I'm contracting it. Mine's actually a little sore from my contractions yesterday. So I'll just go ahead and hold that for 5 seconds. I suggest starting with 5 to 10 second holds, repeating 10 times, and then building up from there. And so inhale, make sure you release the whole muscle. Make sure it's not down in your pelvic floor. Feel like your vagina is completely relaxed, your anus is completely relaxed, and you're just pulling up, just TA through here. So I'll show you here. Inhale. And then on the exhale, I'll shh, and you just see it gently pull in. I mean, this is an easy move, but it has to be done correctly. When it's done incorrectly, I'll just show you one time, you'll get more of a sucking in and pushing down, okay? That's not okay, because that's gonna get more of your obliques, and that's gonna help, when you get more of your obliques, that can predispose you to separating a little bit more in your diastasis, in your linea alba, which can create a diastasis recti, or you might already have some diastasis recti. And so to help everything close together, you wanna start with this minimal contraction. You wanna start with breathing and then follow it with this contraction. Once I'm done with my repetitions of 10, I'll take a nice break and just do some breathing to try and release those core muscles. So this is a real live postpartum body example. And again, 1 week postpartum, just trying to rebuild those small core muscles. And you can start this right away. This is imperative to get these coordinated before you jump into any routine. A pelvic expert physical therapist is going to be essential in your return of all these muscles and putting these muscles together. But for now, you can start this at home before you get your examination. A therapist might change this when you're under medical, when you're under their medical care. And that's okay too, because they're going to have a better gauge on your actual body. So we believe every single person needs to have postpartum pelvic expert physical therapy. And the reason for that is because your body's gone through such change for 10 months and then a massive event of labor, whether that baby came through your vagina or your belly. So it all matters. It's all really important. And if you take the time to do this work now, you're not going to be in a world of hurt in 10 to 15 years. You can read my book for more of that information. Take care, guys.